All right, Cage Side Press, Kyle Daukaus, another main event for Cage Fury, this time CFFC 132, June 14th, 2300. Kyle, how we doing, man?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
And you just said dad life, kicking your ass a little bit. Got the newborn at home. So yeah, man, tell us about being a daddy.
Yeah, he's coming up on like 8 months now. But yeah, I'm home with him majority of the time. I go to the training in the morning, and then I spend the day with him until my wife gets home, and then she takes care of him as I go to the gym at night. So it's a cool little bond we have. He's an awesome kid. So it's wild to even think that I have a kid right now. But yeah,
I see him all over your Instagram, so
yeah.
it's adorable. When's he gonna start training? What age?
I don't know, to be honest. I'm not gonna force it upon him. I don't want it to be like a thing like he has to do. Like if he's interested, I'll let him do it. But I kind of want to get him in other sports first, just like basketball, soccer, baseball, all that usual stuff. I'll do that first and see how he does, and then I'll try to be like, "Yo, dad did this for a living, so if you want to try this, you're more than welcome. But if you have no interest in it, that's fine too." So
He'll be interested in that. I'm pretty
I
sure.
hope so. I mean, I hope so. Yeah, yeah.
So before I actually talk about you, I want to talk about a mutual friend of ours, a teammate who just did something big. Pat Brady just went in
Yeah.
there, bare knuckle, got a big win first round. What was your thoughts on Pat doing all this?
I mean, I thought he was a man for doing it. I mean, like in all honesty, you'd have to pay me a ton of money to do bare knuckle,
Yeah,
and
right.
these guys don't get paid. It doesn't seem like obviously the up and up guys get paid a ton, but from what I've heard and what I've seen from the lower guys, they don't really get paid that much, and it's just like, dude, it's brutal. The guys are not to be mean to any of the bare knuckle fighters or anything like that, but when you think of bare knuckle, that's exactly who's fighting. So in the
Yeah.
locker room, those are the guys. Like they're kind of just brute guys that are very brutal, and they love it for some reason. But I have no interest in it unless you're paying me a ton of money.
Well, hey man, he went out there and looked like a stud. So
Yeah. Well, I
mad
mean,
madman for
Pat
sure.
Pat's that kind of guy that'll do that. And I talked to Pat and I was like, dude, like, why are we doing this? Like, we're in the locker room, and he was like, this is crazy that we're doing it. I said, why are we doing it? And he literally said, like, I don't want to go back and regret anything. Like, I don't want to tell my kids and be like, yeah, I could have done this or I could have did that. Like, I'm just doing stuff just to do it. And I was like, that's it's a good thing to think of. It's a good way to kind of, you know, live life. But bare knuckle's just too brutal for me.
Yeah, no, I'm good on that, man. I'm good on
Yeah.
that. But hats off, Pat, the brick. Love
Yes.
it, man. And tell me about Martinez. How's it going over there? How was this camp? Anything different?
No, I mean everything's usually the same for me. Just a lot of like film study, a lot of game planning on my own time, doing all that stuff. Taking a lot of notes and whatnot. And just making sure that I stick to the game plan for this fight. But everything's been going great. I had a, I think it's like I had like an 8 week camp, and we're about 2 weeks out from weigh-ins today. So yeah, doing good.
You know who I like from your gym a lot? You know Brandon Bohannon?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's my dude, man. I like him. He he,
Good
he
man.
competes at arena. He's a dog.
Yeah, the kid. He's one of the kids who I feel like he's a very good amateur right now, but when he goes pro, he'll do even better. He's a kid who's very dedicated to the sport as well. He's got to bulk up a little bit and get a little bit bigger for these
Yeah, he's a
25ers.
skinny boy.
Yeah, he's very skinny.
Yeah, but he's a dog. Martinez BJJ in
Yes.
Philadelphia. Great gym. You, Chris Daukaus, Pat Brady.
Yeah,
Killer squad, man. Killer. How's Chris doing? Anything new with Chris?
he's good. Not that I know of as far as like fighting and stuff like that, but no, he's just living his life, kind of doing his thing. He's training obviously every day and helping me out with camp and whatnot. There was like word of a fight that he was supposed to have. I want to say it was like around like this week or something like that. It was supposed
Mm.
to be, or next week or something like that. But none of the opponents kind of said yeah. But that was all that I really heard from it. Um, but yeah, I mean, he's obviously looking to fight again. Not really sure if it'll be at heavyweight or 205, but yeah, I'm excited to see him back in there. I mean, he kind of needs the rest a little bit. Um,
Yeah.
these guys that just get hit consistently kind of need rest. But I mean, in the gym he's looking great. In the gym he's looking great. He's feeling great, and I'm excited for when he gets back in there.
Well, I'm excited to see you two at CFFC in a couple weeks. It's been a
Yeah,
little while here.
yeah.
And taking on for what? This is now going to be your second title defense, correct?
Since I've retained the belt, yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that's what I mean. This reign. Taking on Keenan Pattershuk. He's gonna actually be at the press conference that you unfortunately can't make, but that's fine. That's why
yeah.
we're doing this interview. He's a good fighter, man. I've been following him for a bit. Excited to talk to him, and from what I've seen, it's going to be a good fight. So, what are your thoughts on Keenan? How do you feel about this one?
I think he's a good opponent, obviously. All these guys are good opponents. Definitely doesn't pass the eye test when you look at him. But yeah, for what he is and who he is, and he's pretty talented. I mean, he seems like he's an athlete. He seems like he's very explosive. Obviously, he looks the part as well. So yeah, I know what I need to be worried about. Being 5-1, he's obviously got the confidence that he has from these guys that are going on tears and whatnot. But yeah, I see myself beating him. I don't really see him as too much of a threat. I really feel like he only kind of has one thing to finish with, and that's a big right hand, which is kind of what he depends on a ton. And he's got some good leg kicks, but I've fought in guys a lot better, and I know that my experience will kind of be the separation in this fight and make me come out victorious.
And since you've been back with Cage Fury, you've seen some finishes, you've seen some decisions, you've seen it
Yeah,
all. What kind of fight do you think this is going to be, or what do you want it to be? Do you want to get another finish? Do you want to have a brutal all five? Like, what do you want out of this?
I just want to go out there and win. That's what I plan on doing. I don't really care if it's a dirty 5-round fight or if it's 2.5 minutes and you beating the shit out of them. I don't really care. As long as I get out with my hand raised, that's kind of all that matters. Like I said before, these regional fights are fights that really, really, really put a ton of stress on me. Just because it's you lose here and you're like, what the hell? Like I'm 2 steps back now. So these fights seem like they put more stress on me, obviously. Uh, and I'm fighting a newcomer that's kind of like he's kind of on the up and up. He's got a lot of momentum behind him, and people kind of are making it out to be like he's kind of like the next big thing or whatnot. But I mean, I don't really see it too much like that. But yeah, I think it'll be a good fight. I think I'm going to come out my hand victorious, and I think I think I'll make it look easy.
Any message, friendly or mean, that you want me to relay to Keenan at the press conference?
Nah, I just look forward to fighting him. I'm thankful that he took the fight. I know he called me out last year or something like
Yeah.
that and whatnot. But nah, I look forward to getting in the cage and putting him to the test.
And then you just mentioned that there's more. I don't exactly remember the word you used. I don't want to misquote you, but something along the lines of there's more pressure, there's more stakes now with
Yeah,
regional,
more
right?
stress. Yeah,
Stress. That's what you said. Obviously, I've been asking you for I don't know almost a year now, maybe a year. Like UFC, UFC, UFC.
yeah.
And Newark's this weekend, right? AC just passed. I saw today you posted on Twitter with the eye emoji that Muniz is out, take on Aliskerov. So like any progress there? Have you heard from anybody at all?
Um, have I heard from anybody? No. I mean
I don't know how that works. So
yeah. I mean, I spoke to I'm kind of under new management now, so I spoke to the management company. I also spoke to the matchmaker. Uh, they kind of weren't interested at the time when we spoke to them. There was a little bit of like they were just like not at this moment right in time, but if we let you know, we'll call you. And I was like, all right, cool, like that's fine. Um, but in the world we live in today, you have to be kind of out there on social media and show that you like want this or want that, regardless of who it is. Like
sure.
as long as I feel like as long as like the companies see that you're still kind of interested in them, or that you know you're ready to fill in for anybody at any time, that kind of piques their interest. Obviously, um, it was a little joke I made. Obviously, I don't really think it hasn't gone anywhere as of yet. But it kind of to me it made sense. It would be a cool thing. Like no, not to take away from anything with Keenan and whatnot. That's my sole focus in this. But in a ideal multiverse that we live in, you know, the fight is the 15th. I'm fighting the 14th. I'm in shape. I've been training for a training camp. You know, it works out. So, and the guy's a tough opponent. I looked him up. He's 15-1. He's a tough opponent, but I'm always confident in myself.
I think his only loss is Hamzat Chimaev. Am I right on that? Do you know that?
Oh, really? Oh, I
I
don't
think
know
that's like the thing. I think that's like his big selling point in the
that.
UFC.
Okay, okay, that makes sense.
But I mean, yeah, dude, I mean, I'm a pal, but unbiasedly, long overdue, man. Long overdue.
Yeah,
Much
I mean,
deserving.
yeah, I mean, I'm not here to beg. I'm not here to be
Sure.
somebody who's consistently like, oh my god, like please UFC, please, please, please. or whatnot. I'm here to fight for any company and any business that will just support me fully and make sure that I'm feeding my family. If I can make a living off of fighting, elsewhere, then that's fine. As of right now, regionally you can't do that, so you obviously need to step up. But again, I'm not solely focused on one thing, but I am here to make sure that I am the best. They say the best guys in the UFC, so I'm here to compete.
And then like I mean PFL, and just this is just me being a journalist for a second. Anybody else reach out or anything express
Nah,
interest?
nah, nothing for them or whatnot. No, nothing really. I guess because I'm the champ of CFFC now, that's like
Sure.
kind of like the sole focus is that. Um, but being the champ, obviously, it sparks a peak in their interest as well, seeing that you're the champion. So, but as of right now, no. The only thing we kind of heard of was from the UFC that they're not interested as of like right now. But I mean, this was February of the
Okay.
beginning of the year. So, yeah,
So it sounds like with another big title defense, you'll be getting a call, or at least you better be fucking getting a call, in my opinion,
I
my
mean,
man.
I mean, I hope so. But again, I'm not here to beg or whatnot. I can't like be that guy. I feel weird being that guy. Um, but then again, I'm 31 years old. I really feel like I'm actually in my prime as of right now. I
That's the
want to
new prime,
refight.
dude. Every champion's 31, 33, right?
It's very weird. Yeah, it's very weird. I always thought that like my prime would be from like 27 to 30. And as of right now, I feel a lot better than like it's crazy to say, but I feel a lot better than I did when I was 27, 28.
Sure.
But I think that that's also like the mental thing. Also, me being in the UFC prior, I kind of know the lay of the land, so I know like what I'm getting into and whatnot. Um, but yeah, it's I'm sure I'll get the call after this fight, but I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up too much. But hey, they say the law of attraction works, and they say all these affirmations work. So I'm just trying to put that into effect.
Put it into the universe, man. Put it out there. But like you said, Pattersuck in the sights for now.
Yeah,
And
of course.
I just want to ask about the title defense because me being there, like I've gotten to know you over the years, but I'm still a fan. Like I'm still a fan of you and Chris and Pat. Like I've been watching you guys since I was a teenager. So watching you, get that belt every time, it gets me giddy. I get excited inside. So like, do
Thank you.
you also like still get an immense sense of like pride after each title defense? Like, does that do that for you?
No, honestly, if you ask my wife, the only ever time that I've been happy about winning a fight was actually when I won the belt. Like
Oh yeah.
even my fights in the UFC, like she's always like, "You're never happy when you win." Like, what is that? Like you're fighting, regionally. You're the main event. You were in the UFC. You won twice, and you're still just like not happy. I'm like, I'm just not satisfied with my wins. I'm not satisfied with the outcome of my career, and I think that's what it is. Like, I know I am 100% better than I am in the cage. Um, but fighters have those mental blocks. Um, but yeah, it's always a thing. I'm never happy after a win. Like literally every single time um, I win, I give my belt to my wife, and that's like the last time I'll touch it. My belt has literally been in my dining room table for the past, however long it is since I fought. It's been just hanging out, just sitting there in a chair on my dining room table. It's not
Dude, give it
like
to me. I'll put it in the background or
I
something.
don't
Come
like hanging
on.
up. Like the belt that I when I actually won the belt in September, I gave it to my buddy. Like that night, I walked out of the cage, gave it to my buddy. I was like, "Listen, dude, like this is all yours. Happy birthday and whatnot." But yeah, I like it's kind of weird to say because I'm just not satisfied with everything. But my all of my other belts are in my garage, just like collecting dust. Like I don't really like it. Like even in my house, I don't have any photos of me fighting. You would have never thought that I was a fighter or anything like that if you came into my house and were just like, "Yeah, what do you do?" I could just tell you, like, "Yeah, I'm a carpenter," and they'll be like, "Oh, okay, cool, I could see that." But yeah, I'm never satisfied with it. I'm just a guy that's looking to be the best, and I know that every single time that I fight, I have to be the best. But as of right now, I'm never going to be happy with my career wins unless I get that UFC belt wrapped around my waist.
I get it, man. And that's a good mentality to
Yeah,
have. It's a hard mentality to have because I get
yeah,
excited when I
definitely.
freaking, do something stupid. But
I'm sure when you like get an egg from your chickens or something,
ooh, let me tell you,
you
bro.
get
When I get
excited.
8 eggs, voila,
Dude,
voila.
I like I'm talking my wife into getting chickens, but my neighbors might call call whoever
You
on me
can
to
you
make sure
can
I can't
have
have them.
chickens in Philly.
From what I read, you can't.
No, did they change that?
I think so. Yeah.
That's stupid. Well, I'll do some
Well,
research and I'll
like
get back to you because I know
I,
I'm a
dude, I've looked it up, and
that
I don't think
sucks.
I can. Like I tell her, like they're not going to call the cops. Like I can just secretly have them. I'll have 4 or 5 chickens and we'll be good to go. But my
You
dog
don't
might
need a
eat them.
big setup. You can have a nice little
Yeah,
coop and a little run for 4 or 5 chickens. You'll be
yeah,
good.
yeah. My dog might eat them though. That's my only concern.
Well, and the problem's a rooster. If you have a rooster, the whole block's gonna know.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's what I don't want.
Yeah, can't have that, brother. Can't have that. And Kyle, man, before I get you out of here, just sticking with Cage Fury. Fury, obviously, no stranger to Fury grappling. They just had an event last weekend. That's something we're
Yeah.
gonna see you on again.
I don't know. I kind of just want to focus on MMA right now. Like I did the Fury grappling, I did the
Yeah.
Ground Zero grappling and everything like that. But as of right now, I'm just focusing on MMA. I'm not going to grapple until probably after my career is over, or unless like
Word.
nothing comes up for a couple of months. But as of right now, I'm strictly focused on MMA and just strictly focused on getting back to where I was.
Well, ahead of title defense number 2. Anything you'd like to say to all your fans and everybody watching the interview?
Just thank you for the support. I'm very appreciative of everybody. I'm very, very appreciative of the people that are still like positive when I post stuff, and like I've had a ton of people be like, "Yo, dude, like it's great seeing you win. I can't wait for you to get back. Like UFC needs to call you. These guys need to call you. You should get here." Like I'm just very grateful for these guys. Like these people don't even know me, and like I don't even know them, but they see me fight and they still support me 100%. So I'm very appreciative of that. Uh, my family's been a number one support as always, so I'm very thankful for them, and I can't wait to just showcase my best version of myself on the 14th and get my hand raised again.
Love it, brother. Well, ladies and gentlemen, June 14th, 2300 Arena, UFC Fight Pass. You can catch Cage Fury 132. Kyle, the Darce Knight, Daukaus, going for title defense number 2. I think you actually hit the Darce last title defense, didn't you?
I did. Yep, I did.
Darce Knight for a reason. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Daukaus, don't miss it. Cage Fury 132.